Hello, Miriam at the Bureau with your national weather forecast for tomorrow, Thursday the 8th of January. Starting with a look at tomorrow's weather map, we've got severe to extreme heat waves continuing across parts of southeastern Australia. Hot air continues to be drawn in ahead of this low pressure trough here, reinforced by this high pressure system sitting over the Tasman Sea, pushing a ridge out over eastern Australia. Elevated fire dangers and high temperatures are forecast. In the north, monsoonal flow continues with showers and thunderstorms. We've got a developing tropical low to be known as 12U sitting over the Coral Sea as well. Let's take a state-by-state look at tomorrow's forecast now, starting with Queensland. In Queensland tomorrow, we are likely to see monsoonal rain and heavy falls re-emerging for the northeast tropical coast, as our tropical low pressure system 12U brings in more moisture towards the coast. Now, we're expecting fairly scattered showers and storms across much of far northern Queensland, but that stretch of coast between Townsville up to around Cooktown is likely to see the heaviest falls tomorrow. We've got patchy showers stretching down the east coast of Queensland as well, but those aren't expected to bring too much to the rain gauges. Major flooding continues through parts of the northwest of the state, but these areas should escape the worst of the rain as well. For Brisbane tomorrow, we're heading for a possible shower and a top of 29 degrees. Down in New South Wales tomorrow, the chance of morning fog through the northeast, then a hot to very hot day lies ahead. Temperatures pushing up into the mid to high 30s through much of the east coast, low 40s across those inland areas. Severe heat waves are continuing across much of the state, extreme through the southeast, with high fire dangers forecast for many of our eastern and inland districts. Now, generally dry and mostly sunny conditions are expected for tomorrow, but we could see the chance of a gusty thunderstorm in the south through the afternoon. For Sydney tomorrow, we're heading for a sunny top of 32 degrees, but some western suburbs could push up towards 40 degrees or so. Down in Canberra, mostly sunny with a top of 38 for your Thursday. In Victoria tomorrow, another hot to very hot day, particularly for those inland areas, where temperatures should reach the low to mid 40s once again. Slightly milder in the south as some southerly winds push through. We are expecting though to see those severe heat waves continuing across much of the state, extreme through the east. We're also likely to see those elevated high to extreme fire dangers continuing tomorrow as well. Generally dry conditions expected for our Thursday, but there will be the chance of an isolated thunderstorm across northern and eastern parts of the state. That could bring gusty to damaging winds and the risk of dry lightning. For Melbourne tomorrow, it will be a mostly sunny day with a top of 30 degrees. In Tasmania tomorrow, we are expecting a fairly warm day ahead, temperatures still reaching the mid to high 20s in many areas, low 30s for some. Severe heat waves will be starting to ease through the northeast, however, and we're looking at some milder weather on the way for parts of the south and west. Generally dry and mostly sunny conditions for Tasmania on Thursday, with the chance of a thunderstorm across those northern parts of the state, with generally low rainfall totals expected. For Hobart tomorrow, a mostly sunny top of 25 degrees. In South Australia tomorrow, another hot to very hot day lies ahead. Inland parts expected to push into the low to mid 40s at least, if not the higher 40s for some. As you can see, Port Augusta heading for a top of 47 degrees for our Thursday. Temperatures will be a little bit milder along some of our far southern coastal areas as some southerly winds push through. Severe heat waves are continuing across much of the state, however, as well as those elevated fire dangers. Now, generally dry and sunny conditions are expected, but we could see an isolated, mostly dry thunderstorm in the far northwest through the day and about parts of that far southern coast. For Adelaide, it will be a dry and mostly sunny day with a top of 39 degrees. In Western Australia, generally hot conditions across the state, cooler than average only along the west coast from the far southwest up to around Carnarvon or so. We're looking at some gusty winds pushing across the west coast at times too, with high fire dangers forecast for many of those western districts. Generally dry and sunny conditions for most areas, but we could see thunderstorms developing across parts of the north, pushing down into the Pilbara and the interior. Those thunderstorms may bring some gusty to locally damaging winds, but little rain is expected away from the Kimberley. For Perth, we're heading for a mostly sunny day and a top of 28 degrees. In the Northern Territory tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms continue through the north, starting to increase a little bit across the top end as our low pressure trough across the Gulf of Carpentaria starts to deepen. Through central and southern parts of the Territory, drier and sunnier weather is expected, but it will be hot. Temperatures pushing up to between 40 and 45 degrees, with low to severe intensity heat waves in the south. For Darwin, we're heading for a top of 32 degrees, showers and a possible storm on the way. Now, you can find your detailed forecast via the Bureau's website, the Bomb Weather app, and via our social media. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.